Imagine a 20-meter wide glass tube, completely indestructible, plunging from the surface of the ocean, straight down through the black water, all the way to the very bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest known point on Earth.
What happens if you build an elevator to the bottom of the ocean? Imagine standing at the base of this tube. You are looking up at miles of empty space, separated from the crushing weight of the ocean by nothing but glass. You are trapped in a highly bizarre environmental reality.
You might assume it is crushing hot. Deep Earth mines radiate geothermal heat from the surrounding rock, but the deep ocean is entirely different. It is barely above freezing. The walls of your glass tube stay ice cold, and so does the air inside.
This environment is actively hostile, governed by the uncompromising mathematics of atmospheric physics. Atmospheric pressure inside that tube doubles for every 6 kilometers you descend. At the bottom of this tube, you are breathing air almost 4 times denser than on the surface. Your body can handle this initially. It acts like a massive hyperbaric chamber. But this environment comes with an absolute rule.
You cannot go back up fast. Ascending too quickly from this extremely dense environment triggers decompression sickness. Because of the sheer depth, the severity goes far beyond what deep-sea divers encounter. The extreme density of the air turns a rapid vertical escape into a fatal mistake.
This structure creates an intensely strange timeline for light. For almost the entire year, you stand in permanent claustrophobic darkness. But twice a year, April 20th and August 23rd, the sun aligns perfectly overhead. For exactly 1 minute, the bottom of the trench lights up. Then, you are back in the dark for another 6 months. If you do not have an elevator, how do you get out? You must confront the conflict of escaping an impossible trap. There is only one other option, and it is significantly more dangerous. You have to cut a hole in the indestructible glass wall. Do not stand in front of it when you do. The external pressure at that depth is extreme. Breaching the hull creates a violent reaction. The ocean will instantly fire a jet of water through the opening, moving inward at supersonic speed.
Picture the extreme scenario. You open the entire bottom of the tube all at once. The ocean rushes in instantly. The massive water column inside the glass shoots up at Mach 1.3. If you tried to ride that force straight up, the physical impact of the water hitting you at that speed would kill you instantly.
Survival requires a highly controlled execution protocol. Step 1, safely allow the first 2 kilometers to fill slowly, creating a vital water buffer. Step 2, open the rest of the bottom. Step 3, use a giant plunger sealing the width of the shaft to keep the water pressure building steadily beneath you. You harness the crushing weight to launch straight up.
You cross miles of vertical distance to the surface in under a minute. The visceral sensation of riding massive, building pressure directly up the shaft. The physical force of the entire ocean pushes upward against your platform, rocketing you away from the freezing darkness.
The climax of this escape is violently fast. You exit the top of the tube at 500 miles per hour, shot out of the ocean itself. You break the surface, riding a massive fountain of freezing water that stretches higher into the sky than most buildings on Earth. Now, the narrative shifts from a hypothetical escape to a terrifying reality. That massive fountain of freezing water, blasting out of the tube and into the sky, might never actually stop flowing.
This bizarre thought experiment is anchored in undeniable reality. In 1956, oceanographer Henry Stommel calculated this exact perpetual flow theory. In 2003, scientists successfully tested a real tube over the Mariana Trench. It worked exactly as predicted. The mathematical truth remains absolute.
The objective physics dictate a perpetual flow caused by a permanent structural imbalance. First, surface water and deep ocean water never fully equalize in temperature. Second, salinity levels remain constantly unbalanced. This is not perpetual motion. It is a slow, infinite upward pull of water. The tube quietly pulls the ocean up, driven strictly by heat and salt.
This is not just a thought experiment about survival. It is a switch. Bury one end of a glass tube in the deepest place on the planet, and you do not just get an elevator shaft. You get a hole in the ocean that never stops flowing. You create a massive, perpetual oceanic engine simply by exposing the ocean's own variables. If a simple glass tube can harness the temperature and salt of the ocean to create an infinite, unstoppable upward fountain, what other impossible-sounding natural imbalances exist on Earth? The terrifying and fascinating math that governs our planet is quietly operating all around us, just waiting for the exact right conditions to be unlocked.